Asemyi Di Ka, Asemyi Di Ka, Ninabeka, Miaro, Miara, Hello, Miaro, Miara, Etumeyitia, Ninabeka, Miaro, Miara, Hello, Miaro, Miara, Obiretipo, Ninabeka, Miaro, Miara, Hello, Miaro, Miara. Asemyi bezini fanya, Asemyi yara.
Memwa kwaba sanso emwa edoba enawia Asemyi Di Ka dwumadi so no senne eye oforisi obosom ne da etoso aduonu enwotwe na afe empimienu na afe eduo na wia so yesi nkonwa fi sabre kopim se nonum ebebo mene mabedwafo yesi nkonwa na ye de nsema wodo aba ewiem ya bedi ho enkomo ene ofa the Ghanaian Times publication was Ghana's most authoritative newspaper. Na eno ena was misappropriation of public funds. Prosecute officials PAC suggest onmunyamfo kwekwa adwuma manu wasanso ye mrase betwani edema omanfo wono ewo Doma Central ena wo kase na wosusu se woni ya na aban sika ebepio mo nsam a wo mudi ne bum wiewia bi ye wo mo nioma ajapade ne ade no aban emfa mo emfa emra kwan so emra ene wo mo endi na no ena ATV na wi Asemyi Di Ka ye bisa se anamon be na se Ghana fo yetu ne woni aya na wo mo de Ghana sika egom kotum kom edwasam brubrum a ye ne ne wo mo pe ni atosumi no wo hwe enei wo hwe daily wage no a ba bi e wo no ya kama ba de nyesa esa ne se TUC fo e de aba mountain so kirem se dia petrol bu akosoro taxes ahodo akosoro ewiem ekrom nioma bo ekosoro no aban animanim ya wo mama no 4-day ultimatum just say 1-2 daily wage no so a wo mo betu omhofo na asemo ati fo kan woni wo mo ya adwene wo betumi de wadwen kiraba on 0505694258 0505694258 and answer 0268 118177 live on ATV, live on www.atvgh.com and on Addition 100.3 megahertz so in Bibiani in the western region of Ghana and so ubetumi at dwumadie bi and we mabedwafo amene o mwahia e wo dwumadie so Alhaji Alidu Haruna eye communications team member for the ruling National Democratic Congress and wabeka me ho e wo ha ye be dwuma asanso na Abu Ramadan one party ni krai ayarga party yes PNC and our young National Youth Organizer Abu Ramadan enso e wo ha wabeka ye sanso na Charles Owusu also a communications team member edema the Progressive People's Party PPP amanyuku abedia fowe and anawia minimum ADM komo kanu fi sabre kopim se nonum ebebo wabra me dia Asemyi Di Ka eba Charles Akwaba Abu Akwaba
Dr. Kojo Afarija so letter commission okowa yini amanyuku bi efe na erga mo
Messi enum na erga wo say David. Okay, Abu Ramadan, the National Youth Organizer for former flag bearer of the PNC, Ayarga Yarikov, and the party in PNC.
What sort of introduction is this? What sort of? But this is very unfair.
I mean,
what's the PNC? No, a new Ayarga. You have to party na Ayarga and woman.
Messi former flag bearer. Okay, Abu Ramadan, the National Youth Organizer PNC. Name 2012 na Ayarga ɛna na wɔyɛ ɔmo presidential candidate ɔkɔ ayi no kɔbɔ wa
ɛna yɛ de
ɛna ɔbɔ wa
ɛna
yɛ maa no ayɛ Alhaji Alidu Aruna ɛnso ɛkasa ɛde ma the National Democrat Alhaji kɔlafia ana ebiara mu nkyɛ kɔlafia Sandarana ana yɛ mo nkyɛ me
usuba wenti usuba ya oditi
kɔlafia that is good morning
it kɔlafia de morning ɛna Sandarana
good afternoon
ɛnsa abunu wɔyɛ madam Fache so wankyerɛ me da
Sandayini good evening
okay kɔlafia
in the morning
Sandarana Sandayini okay say the mesua enti Charles PPP mo to say
o nyame adaroma enema eguniema so na nyame yadma na wotwi na wiye third May Saturday ebe ya
yes lectures be be
so yes e takwa ai owura papa ko sindu na be address enti nipa dodo a ehwe me wo takwa ne mpotamu bogoso Prisia
wase kropon takrade I am free those areas
ho nyina yetu en safru bia se
wana
oh abu de meba wana opese wote Dr. Indumka na wo hu na che na opese ote na no mu sem no PPP for ya san kan yan hu biem yesi sabi ye entwam mansuo nto asesi wadware ya dika to nsuru ma ye dware dada enti campaign asia na ya hye for 2016 enti wana wo pese obeti en kan no hwe papa ko sinduma ni so de hu ada na ni so any Progressive People's Party as a party ya ba ban mu an nema ebetimi aye de aboa oman na mana konanim no omo ba ha ombetin se mebri nti ye free obi aye free we won tuaka
Saturday day new year third day of May
yes sika bia na obetua wo de no an se obetima fafoma ba obetima fa okaba wo do oman nko an na do anya any dress code bia se obehye wo atare kokwa obetim dia ba wo atare fita obetim dia ba
because kokwa ni fita no so
obetim dia red and white mix so obetim dia ba even wo atare se be de ekra na anya atare nti aye ko ensem dodo a ye kotudwa and I be bo man nkanko ntina ye frɛ nipa dodo na dia
but what you have said me say mo rolling ball na kasa
oh ya rolling
PS4 anamo be na musu
na PPP for mu nwa
ade
ya won to san frɛ obi ama congress bia wo yi flag bearer
oh dem it's over I'm not saying flag bearer na congress
so policy direction I live in them county policy direction has to do with manifesto more or less
no we don't have a manifesto we don't have manifesto so yeah we are a party yeah na da for say other parties na kan oh yes
that's not in doubt but say then I'm going to
but you don't doubt to say people they don't
oh you know politician be how honest
okay yeah manifesto any nipa wo man no say yenim say ye hia kwan yenim say any nipa wo man hia so sombe kan asem ehia we don't need manifesto okay eniema nipa no hia na ye say ye ma nipa no anya book na ho tro book no to a ye mi sign this MPP be si ne se manifesto mo ne ba na emu dodo sen ne mo tro ndo so no mo ti
ba PS for no mo ba de o man chen ti mo ba ya man chen me bi sa o se PS mo to say e afi na wo
go yes we she so far no em say utie news that was about 2 days ago mebunu bi ne party penifo we are started for say ye he ko am before so bit me akọ congress in temako party penifo. Those who want to seek re-election can go and seek re-election. Those who want to move on, so that the party can have a proper direction. So my first was I think an early Congress is good, but not an early Congress in 2014. Somewhere 2015, ending of 2015, December 2015, or somewhere from June to December will be perfect for the party. I don't know my mandate no can be 4 months about mandate na sa
but obe seek re-election and I say obe jump
many party people go so edunko party bo many delegation and you for no so you start registration all over the country em say na PPP account program me so me dey baba all start body urama because me go stream you go 5 regions in Tamale, Upper East, Upper West, Northern region, Bronga, Afo, and Ashanti. We are bringing all of them to Tamale Youth Organizers here, therefore, how to open up the membership drive of the party in Kekau. Nama Yegusu, Amanu, but I'm Pabons, I regard the Omadio. Pabons on Wabu, say, I'm Manuel Seven and Young Colagro.
I will be Diagro
because John Mahama crowd, Tiakunyam crowd, I didn't do so, and I know Aquala. Say you learn, take a cue from John Mahama and decide to stay away from the race.
But Upper East, Upper West, not make sure Atlantic base for more a bonga. Yeah, much you may do. There be say one share me and most often one contribute.
We go from Hot FM in Adibia
you see, 1 second. Yeah, you know, Queno Tapano. And yeah, about manifesto. It's about anniversary lunch. You didn't feel me. Yes, you didn't feel me. No, and feel me. No,
but also now we campaign na much as.
Oh yes, you see, a politician there, when your opportunity. Now name go focus. You see, you can't rule out campaign. And as a political party, no, you the Boba can become the money. Oh no, you see, anniversary lunch.
Yes,
no, we are just launching it. Yes, celebrity. Abu wait, no, Miniano, only 17 kunya.
And this mood to say my penny Mahama in a buy mood.
Oh, my father Konya, Chia 84, and Nipa Musha area. NDC there, like I say, as in Junkwa, na Sabi, Wusu, Bojuma, and Magana for, even though in spite of the difficulties, challenges are. I just to say there were difficulties, but the point is that young fire and true young in despair. You make us say they be. I do man you dey share his sir. You go so me wajide e wo mampeni John Dramani mama so say nyakopo be adum na e betimi asamanto all the difficulties. On the party side no so me sure say who say party penny for no omo national executive committee continuity na omo ama the current executive sometime na omo ntimi ye nhihye a be lead to the election of the party structures no yeah the timetable e by na processes of biometric registration no start here na my information actually say now you printing all the forms and let me cover all the 10 regions. So you start here with some regions. I'm reliable informed say Western region say Omayo Mudia AVA. Now other regions are taking off. I'm sure say by December now this process na ebe now you know acquire all the arrangement here say in preparedness for the 2016 election. I have no doubt in my mind say we are on course. Na Sabiu yebestre nyankopon ni support na entimin boy na entimin here without any difficulties.
Ma yebedi yankomo na gasa ya yatna so na over the weekend Ghana yenyina yanti asem de accident is
na me expect say largely
there be oh yes so obeko hokran ka me man because ye nyina ye be contribute them no Abu Ramadan Abu you have to respect the seat
ebe mabusuafo ansa na
wache na obon yem
ene de unsa asema
na wo de tie ade na wo to wa unim san wa mom yako
enye wa manyoko se afre na wo de topic
ne se ye wa manyoko ansa wa mom yako ene ye di so afre na wo de enye wa manyoko di Abu Ramadan ye di na tie me na me introduce over the weekend ko je bi si wo Kintampo kwaso amanyoko amanyofo ma ebi enam so hwe wo nkwa I'm sure so womo ko Madam Lodina Mahama ninia eyi na womo eba to kind the crusading the daily guide was say NDC crashed 2 top women killed offer daily graphics so that when me daily graphics and so at the by was say 2 NDC regional executives 9 others perished in accident. Na a quite worrying story. Just and then crowd frame
yeah,
and now will be some muscle.
I mean, that's it. American fat and Chiama 1 hour shade and then 1 hour tea and so other various stations. Almost a mission to as I said, many 1 hour boosting 4 watch your audition and money together. Especially say, me Kintampo. Now, you Kintampo, me feel Busia a shrew on this year. Yeah, and I'm so ama sabi ni pe bia ba hwere on kra enti ma memfa kwanyan so na me ma abusuafo a ma hwere on this year nyina throughout the whole country enye sabi NDC for man nko a o man fa nyina we say accident be bre na report to ye mo mu nyina ya akọ na me nka se na pa mi ni alaji e kan se bi o se e nipa nko de o doje owu a enye yi but the sense kwan ya be fa so e be kono awurade nko na de onim ti ye be mo yakọ accident wo eya jawu eya nsuo eya ewo bi eya mo de ba de wo ni bi wo ha eya because you see obi a wono ne na wakra wona wanyare na me ko eya ba na fi bo hu se oba fi a yamfa ni nine pam na ebo na na daka na de eba o ti fi a am hihie nti ye be money with the NDC especially the women organizer ye minua ba madam Anita Di Soso be wo bi ase wo tie mi a man ya kokese pa abusia nyina nhedin na ye hu se wo die dwane na enyeyi aba ya ka na se ebo ho ban se ade ba ko Africa na ya ro ho sem se obinya jina bia ba bi jina kakra ya na ni pedidi on nsem doso sabi won wote man tamu because obi otu school fees abusia be call nchen na no menti se nipa na film sa e de wo yawdie kese pa den ade ba badanya se wie ye betima kana se mo yina ye hye ho den na ye nhwe de betima ye car accident ankasa na ho se wunya bi da aya na wote akire a ho se mebri a wo kan ba se wote car no na akwanhia no ba na ubitim kasa driver need to share down ko I don't think so because you see sometimes we hear the adenisi na we do anya driver fault so we take car no man but a serious pen the fault we kwa share driver ni or driver car no ade ba come person san hwe ni ye that convoy aspect say Ghana no yes convoy wo ho abu say say nkofo bi kura ko ba bi a anya presidential convoy no am saso yes convoy
na no Saturday wedding bi ana mini ba bi ana wo moko
yeah.
This one run on crowd the motokedi na wo mu
yeah.
And a police forecast me no
yeah.
And a bet the number about 23 police for the enemy at the end of the minute me na cars din features a wedding na obi kwa akoye
see etino we share convoy and ya kwan so na ya kwan susua enti e ko ba say that time you see so talk akra na we say convoy die ni na all pam cars akese say munsi fam we say wunya you turn back on what left and right and now you crack
not easily
it means easily so they say and because of convoy na event then say on am kwan so am be more speedy so they say embre bi any was say convoy ba na wunim say convoy ba na fu ba bi ba man speedy
but en so nya say also obe speedy ama na bro so
say and they can say over speeding maybe any pan speeding they say your limit there any pan over speeding here but the point of meeting them no e bia ye critical say nipa no woye ho hwe a enye yie na wo hwe say bia wo so nipa be 30 something and 40 something in a bus now we meet a tundra with 4 or 5 people in it now you could see the driver reaction everybody team enti mesre akwanhia na aba be gini say nipa bia wo ye ni nyame abo na bus asiso a wo badwin baba so refi ni face me person bokum nipa na
Charles me ba me draw a little bit on road safety so as wo hwa accident by here tundra no wo mo ye wo mo na wo mo back cabin on wo mo ambo seat belt
yes
nti ya na Ghana ha ni susu se nyote front nko an wo mo seat belt
but what watch dangerous so when you accident that me say
many accident 2011 22nd April where me ultima go beyond repair
yes say yes seat belt e me or even car front na nka me fa windscreen no beto from na car fa me so but because of seat belt nka no mo fi say me wu enti tama na ye twitwa car no ye twitwa na seat belt na bo me but the seat belt na hang
it's so move very firm
enipa na e wo other car no ye no e crash ye no because no mo seat belt enti no seat na e wo car no nyina bubu nipa na fry what you mean because our seat belt man they say seat belt meet me two hook no bet me two and that easy sir enti no ye be sre say seat belt me hu de enti a na ebinu fan say ase
obi ka tell no ya na ne ho yira
obi so ba ne ho yira no ebi so ba hu de onye ne ho that kind of you know
abu quick comment on that
wait me di ka ma njina ya manyoku na anemu na memo yenwanu mo ndisi ene bosuafo mahwere omodofofo anaso omodofo no se ye momu na yakọ ye pabo nse nya medi omukra besi Adiza so a deputy women's organizer for Greater Accra so kremuka se mu be kan se allergy kanta alle sata buta no them say Asemyi, regardless of political divide, Asemyi, we person say what time for kura akababy. Make cancer some the last time Charles Yepaha.
Yeah.
Okay, say Babe Sheshu na say make say Madam for Bako million ko brebo.
Yeah.
Yes, say
Oh, 37.
Easter no na Madam for Bako so na area dwuma obuase no so. Yam na obuase mid Easter. Me ko obuase Monday anopa. Ye frame ye say waka baby. Madam for no that 37 aka baby. Ono so say adiza de ya pasho.
Oko
Tuesday na akusie. Ano no otina se na sa odwun ho a wa to mu se nipa o baby ko ebi ase mu ha nipa nsehwe se nipa ubenya tumi ana se di break akra wonya ana se sika kakra ba wo 17 na wo de ho ho wo fe se una oye nyame a wo ti wiase mi gidi se na se na ete ase o chira bi ube sore no pa na wati se bia ba ko aka baby unji ndu be ka se nipa me ne ti wo sisi e na aba na sa we the NDC for the party would also be there to support them during this time of need. Maybe say omunfa we enye now omunfa moving on, the party should look at how best to any party, even government as a whole. Because also, this is not an NDC problem or a PNC or CPP problem. This is really a problem that the country has. We have a number of road accidents so far. You ask yourself the big questions: road networks, no? Or do we have good quality road networks? Certainly not. Your road infrastructure, we need a total overhaul of our road infrastructure. If not all, 98% of it must go to replace bigger roads and roads that are more, you can say, rigid to because you see, we are coming upon the end. You see, in so neto, in so this, and yes, I told you, nothing and so now started to. And which is where we are seeing soon and NATO. What is really happening? I'm not bringing.
Ya kwana na so trudo do ana.
Ya kwana nenye.
The kind of ties.
You see, that's why I say I'm not bringing the blame to the doorstep of government. But I think that your civil engineers must also sit down and re-look at our road system and our road networks. Media, in terms of, I agree to policies that are progressive. Policies a bit makasi. Say second-hand ties, you don't be on second-hand ties. But as we are not allowing you to bring second-hand ties, ties should be as cheap as tomatoes on the market. So, so now so much second-hand. Nipa no corner so kotori 15. Now so nyano e be 100 Ghana.
Kobeto.
Alberto because it's second-hand.
Yeah.
But brand new no, okoto be okoto 9 million, 10 million. Our faces can win. So as we
make old to ebia ever say rim 50 205 ebia 60 stroke 60 because that's a tire me using o copper second hand and boy dey back 50 cities until open 4 na to with 200 cities ubetumi at.
Yes, ba okoto
brand new
you need about 3,000 Ghana to buy.
Back is about 500 600 cities.
About
600 cities.
24 no.
24 no. 2,400. When we get the 200 cities, I met me at the time.
But you are auto one.
About auto was no. I have some maybe.
I mean, so as government wants to bring in that policy, no, let's try as much as possible and make it affordable.
Because I may cost me got to tie. May pay for. Met me at for 2 per and 2 toy.
If you are going to make us who's
550 cities per one.
Hey, and now we see
no, sir, now Casana me coming. It mean got second hand. Let me go.
And America say, that's what I'm saying. It's all policy.
Yeah.
It's all policy. Yeah, but media, if you ask me, I think the government has the greater responsibility than we, the citizenry. I don't think America say because government has to put in enough stringent measures to make sure that there's a lot of safety on the roads for the people of this country to apply. Police for no, they are doing their best, their utmost best.
But let me ask
they are
this
doing
question.
their best.
Abide the idea are we ready to respect it? You will come up abide ko kasa Asemyi is ya wo.
Selling what candidate? Yes, I feel no what candidate.
Or implement here.
Government says it to implement by the end of the year. That one and America say that policy substitution should be done gradually and be done such that the new ties will be very affordable for people to purchase. Now you can't fade it out and say, oh, money panto, you want to mean talk. And that one you want to create more problem, more havoc for people.
Alaji, quite weekend I just say any papa. Who's a mean to me, and your weekend, papa.
Say, Yampa, na Abu is right. The expectation is now me free. Abina me a Koba, so at least I should be the first to raise the issue. But the point is that none of our miniatures who are doing FM.
So, no one can
once now extending condolence. I'm a for certainly no, I will not be so wicked not to do that.
I was just worried.
Abu Ramadan, the
sometimes too, we are who remind the family, the loss. So we are no ones. Now sometimes at least you rest it. But the most important thing is we are politicians. We are politicians so certainly it will be discussed issues now the woman say anapa we me kan say aja this I know where cremoni na your cremos sumnu Quran na aka chere say kullu nafs zalikatul maut you see krabia kra obe testi the pain of death we nipa there as a wo there kwan a ye na e be faso but as to when and how no
enu obi ani
enu dey obey ni na the woman say he say as a human being e be bon pa say nyankopon say do that time no a emba at the time a sabio wakuma eye fita bone a waye no wanya bone fache efri nyankopon ho na ukọ a na wobekọ ewo kwan paso enu na eye mpa a ehia say nipa de obi abetima. And I want to say these two women organizations me minimaja this a year voter region women organization atama me war office now taba hopa now pese yentimi support no now no so onto me ye no juma ye e voter region so minim no that at the personal level no minim no pa. Now one important qualities are more on say very social omo very social omo they won't pretend say omo nimo. Sometimes anytime they meet you you see the smiles on their faces any they account. Now politics who your politics are these are the qualities and it's a huge loss to the party NDC and to the family too as Usu Charles Kai say be obi wo ho a wonni bi kura ebi so wo ho a beba wo fi ebisa but probably you have been a support to many. Now the end of the day wonni ho but I think that God knows the best. He knows why he acted the way he acted and you there yentimi nka say adentina yakopon yakopon oka obi ankabi na sabiu ebusiafo ye bompa e say omu be fa we e wo kwan paso na omu sere yakopon emu se banifa chema emu tune maku the substantive women organizer in Greater Accra order so hospital na ye bompa e so yakopon the
now women's organizer no go
Greater Accra
is critically injured
critically injured ye bompa any jabani na yakopon betimi edi ni ye can say nisa ato musuna omotimi sorry largely these are the dangers that those of us who are into politics na ye to kwan na uko uba. Certainly these are some of the dangers. Now say we to kwan kura will drive it in town and mostly some of these things can happen to you at any point in time. Me ko G lances one of the advice man no man me say o kitaka just assume say you are the only sensible person who drive car. The rest of the drivers assume say omoyo bodon I can say bodon for. Now, driver, once you are the sensible person, be careful. And it's very serious questions about even our observation of road signs and the account. Put the cars now, call long journey. We will say areas your word lines are that line a chair will say don't do overtaking. It is a communication.
Yeah.
That sign, a communicator as a driver.
So how dear?
It is your job. Professional, who did it. So it's important you know everything about it. Now now who say sign no. Now it's not this is straight. It say don't overtake. Who say disjointed, you know, and who say safer.
But it's all careful.
Exactly, we are careful. And all of these signs are there to tell you that look, these contribute to the safety of our roads. But lastly, no, also we take commercial vehicles. That driver no be a driving an oil, and yet one who now walk at your driver and say, Miss Rewo, they are we no Toboasi. Now we say other passenger vehicles, we are two no, and now the response of other passengers, we need courage. Want to mean count you to it will throw you into timidity. We are doing at you now. We are doing we will have no photocopy of life. Abia nipa or catch also we are too no abia or no better man survive now. But based on my faith, no, bibia esi ewe wiase no yakopon adikura into AC. And when he said it should be done, obi antimi preventing. So your bompa say e do ye so a ye be wu e wo kwan paso. Now sometimes so we timi atina program so we can bibi na e bia we timi atia obi we timi aka bibi na e bia all of these things are things we must take into consideration. Now at any point in time we bompa na ye sire nyakopon amfa nyapon ni nche. But most importantly, we are born etia nipa. Then it means that you must seek peace with the person first before even seeking peace with God. These are the few things I may perceive.
Alhaji Ali Duaruna Ekasa Edema, the ruling National Democratic Congress. Just now, so okay, just 30 seconds.
Yeah. Ni na baba even as some I kind na menu abu can be before. Your car pricing about ties and then says I buy a person who try home use no one. So you be new ones now are affordable to the people. Oh, yeah, affordable in you, but because you see, you just cannot at a go. That's why we are intimate. Say it to me, your National Education Authority proper, your proper residential address and proper identity. You ever turn your mom credit. You don't need to carry money and go and buy. You need more, and the ties them away in so to me in your name, baby. And that's the key. I never acquire ya, I bet my boy, the name on a bar. Regardless of the price, no, you bet me, I spread out the movie for 2 years, for 1 year to pay. And for so much bedding and to Nipanoswa. Oh, yes, you can't find Cotomunino. What other day, Eddie Guadenasi. That's a dear number conclusion.
A minute. Yeah, Charles Kaino, mini Charles ARG. But I think that you must, we are a say yambo about abasu. Because all these things are buying now buying take steps. I can say without any fear of contradiction, the issue of national identification, road, house number, street name, buying a facade we know serious to the extent that at least a man penny invitee or presentation the importance of it. Then can be but see. This is the fundamental problems of our economy. Yet me resolve certainly to resolve so many things.
And to their own person, they own person, their manual over the Ghanaian Times publication, 28 April 2014, was a misappropriation of public funds. Prosecute officials Park suggests. Now, was the chairman of the Public Accounts Committee, Mr. Kwaku Ajiman Menu, has stressed the need to prosecute heads of public institutions who misappropriate funds rather than issuing them queries. The Auditor General's report on the financial irregularities and misapplication of funds by heads of institutions, particularly school heads, are alarming. Now, also he lamented and suggested the prosecution of offenders. As a country, how do we protect the public purse? Just the next 10 minutes.
Nana Amedasi. My son started from the National Identification Authority. Say yetumi eye ne ye. Say yetumi ye ne ye. Now you identify will be with the proper residential address and proper identity. Will be our code, social security number. Also, our transaction be obeying on my mubiano. It has to be done with a card. Corruption and so better. Because you see, you have to pay taxes on the money. At the same time, so because I'm saying, Uber use card and the or transaction piano. Which means so overnight. Now the about 1 billion about to account. You'll be asking questions. And Anna, you can't do transactions without the card. And a bad day say, a month for betting doing so about Mexican. Every year to be a council, and an account until somebody to me offers and I mean you'll be a day a council. Now, answer ain't mean Tracy out. Now, it's in the side, and I mean, one was say, I mean, they say, you see a perceiving your beer task net white, native will be our net. And so I never could be my way at you be out on grounds. A man shall damn funny in course, and once in your allergic cassette, my street name in a but you have to go beyond that.
Your name was street.
Oh, me who some signboard kakrabi or me who a domipele too. Some small signboard. Small signboard. You didn't nadia slim ones. I've seen that at domipele too. Me who's idea, but it has to go beyond that. The proper thing is to after the residential address, we have to get the card. Social security number no will be used by any other person. If it's not turning on credit. At the same time, so it's checks and balance the corruption. First account transaction because every transaction be a baby and we will know because a data security of officers our crew in my national security will be controlling it. And you mean yes overnight na adiachi house when yes but let me come back to park. Ghana has a me just had me timidi o man who yani pay woman na. Until Obama buy say he strong men but we need strong institutions. Not Ghana for boss. But we need strong men to mind the strong to the institutions. Not even go for be soft. I'm a two institution be say I'm working. The person has to be strong. To me sir. Because you found this in area near truck query. Yeah, come on back say we've given them query. They have to come and explain. So you be your job will be a loose.
Yes, Supiana.
No, baby. And he could do it now when him so we are querying at the moment. We be able to questions. Now to me, questions and we are na ye jana ko ba bintino ama akoswa sikana ne ye see sika fa manfo nsase okru we mu ho djuma die betime dia bo ordinary Ghanaian na okru we mu no nana you have no idea Auditor's General Report alone 2012 share yen say over 4 billion Ghana cedi e konkofo nsem unaccounted for. 2012 deficit budget deficit over 8.7 billion Ghana cedi. And Nanchain, look at Jida. Look at Sada. Say you see you could do a sika, you use Ghana sika could be new back 5 million. Nanka asan papa. Because me think I do my pa minimum say but the enemy who answer, no person will be between here answer. Do you just say debate 25 years and I'm mature? You fan to the answer. Yeah, because a long term idea. But would you do now before betting my mature mocha? At least when I'm quitting 20 years. And I'll bet you make try the young son for Swatong and Muska. That kind of Wiano and get sika in a Ekoshibu. Says here, make us a go for them free. No crowd, Pebrim, and could you ask? I say, Koyun, go for them free. You name some maybe 2 way. I confirm, I like you kind of cry. I confirm we give our Abopo. But I want to or to cry bed is a cool room knock or any cusia. We are in Biblia. No one can say me who's a guinea fowl for Tabo or Muncusia. I study man coco, Nankon Bobby. I sign at the Adenamo back and ask them coconut to me and for one, no mean next moon in Sutomu on 1 day, only more, would you compare one in coco. And so to see a bit more time on United Neighbor and so to even no more necessary. None can you bonnet, but quite a fast way. And then conformity, we have a pessimism. Asuntaba ne ho ya refund 14 point something million. Omo de kofan. Ye say de ko yoko. No krebe na wo say de ko yoko. Ye dis kan ko ya. Obo na wo say sika no ampampa say de koto account we mu. Na de na de. Enti me gini say it's all about paying the money o. Na me call allergy fie ko sabi ko fa allergy ahweni wa hye ni. na me pia abonten me kwa na ye chimi aso wo ko fa space enti no bomode ana koto space ni bi na fa allergy space koma no the crime a wa commit ne de ye free ye crime na wa commit ne free say go and refund it back but the crime aspect ne de mbram any
so mo ye gi da ne asonta ba ne sade wo mo ango yes kan za
you see so man ka so mako wi o kwan mo fa so no de na ban ne ka ban na so mo kan no why they refund the money because you obi aba say training for 300 na 400 na what trade one ka say what be sika so ko training 300 na 400 na what training 100 sa ban na meka ho asema na wo fa 300 na 400 ne di kwa na to ba bi dwuno is that the case na say obi abetima conspire ona obi group bi abetima come ho bom say alaji wo ya ban nipa na ko sorry I say o mi so me won kofo a metima training mo ewo selling of coconut because youth in coconut selling no so akwaji model no wadi sika na kede botom na nkofo na mabontin ton kubia o se on don buy coconut selling you see I so sad a bon enti me gidi se kai se ke punish wo bi but ye ja to hosana na ye ja dia ma o man no na o man na ko gina baabi na ni pe wo so ko gina baabi enti punishment no eni enti esia no enye ndi si aban ko a within the Kofo government me makame say up to date minim de ntia Ghana 50 say NDC for the nim de ntia o sheda kofa commission of inquiry by e ma the technicalities ye ja owura recover be ni owura kojo pie ni mo form di ye ma dwene ho abesi na mentimi ntia se besi ne because of the commission of inquiry you know emra na ntima ma ho kwan ama ya ntima for man fan kokot ama ma for ho di free ama ye nyina fili ye hwe television so ehwe raw to course wo Ghana 50 besi ne ye ntima nya ho esibre and I give you comfort the opportunity say aban sika de wudi ayenya ohwe nti every day in the day out no enipa wa ban mu koso yeye no na enipa wo man nim so koso hia na eden ehia omo me de makame say besi na yenya leader. We've not got a type of leader Ghanaians that we deserve. Yenya sa leadership no leader how na be say I will not be thinking about my party me the next election winning the next election but me dream the metima ya mo man enipa wo mu nyanya so faso
so anti niawo kaje say with a very strong leader and we are able to protect the public purse.
Yes, because you see Nana say make say has a role because me up to date I have been asking say owura Kofi Humado any Madam Sharia ite I'm beginning how me team just say up to date on that to us ministers they don't need to be sacked alone no. They need to be prosecuted for the wrongdoings on my Madam Sharia ite the first kakoma RG contractor ebe end 2015 what three and affront money what three sikani nyina mana up to date the guy has not been able to provide all the laptops are here but what three sikani nyina mana outright man ko now ka say usika nka besa I have been sick and to bet my sir Kofi Humado kaya yofu akoso niema a mo kon ye mo ya ye mo tax mo ton pure water obi a me ametiwe bosume so a yetime yetiti enyo ti kakaka isika bom na company like Jospon group of companies wanya bi amana se obo no kro no ne afa 140 million Ghana cedi ne de akwa command say only as loan na o jiri say oni chefa bia wo bank obedi sa abone na odi no obedi sa abone na odi no we sit in this country why Jospon group of company a big company I find better Ghana management service not talk about zero group of company you say a road maintenance be no who so kruma say go for maintain wa na ye tua better Ghana management ye tua muka 600 Ghana cedi a month na Jospon group of company akoje 500 Ghana cedi as management fee na all the 100 Ghana cedi a company for year adwuma no na 100 no ko bank na 75 cedi as bank charges 95 Ghana cedi na the money pakro do you think monkey
they work
bamboo they chop but because leadership leadership that is thinking about winning the next election but only a door anything man for and I started bit room and now as I speak just one group of company on them free as Aregi and Asuntaba people they are working free because Yasana Guma Momo say they should pay the money within 1 year. No, we are betting for a bicycle. Yes, I'm more opportunity. I breast can only in 1 day. Just can get in 1 day. But yeah, mom with the luxury of 1 whole year. to go and get the money and pay it back to the government chester without any punishment. Officer, Obia intimidated open on funny money. And immediately, Major said, "Are your man?" And she said, "I am a whole choir must have the money in the ecoso." Look at the court. Pay a court. Wyoming, some course, of 3 years. Wyoming case. Clear case, I ain't here say a deep some Wyoming case. 1 month to create here, even the last month, I can't see a baby as I'm come. Judge and so I want to and he has to postpone it to another one. You said. Will be a banner Kasa and a Duma Nasemo, what this Sika Common Nipan, we was not for each other, Nipan and Arbon Chrono. Court to swear a referee, a winning Munon council, maybe a Samadano. Basically, net 3 good years in me. Now, see, Womaimo, Obitim Kucha body near another graphic front page. One body, any amount of 10 years in prison.
Charles,
Papa Ben, as a mine.
Charles also Ekasa,
we need a leader.
The Progressive People's Party, one. And yati nene monsa no enche making kind WhatsApp messages I would do about on 050-5694-258 050-5694-258 what's in can will be any and an important in the western region of Ghana live on addition 100.3 megahertz and I feel so yes on YouTube atv.com and as a www.atvgh.com. Abu Ramadan is a national youth organizer for the People's National Convention.
It's MP.
You know, just only I eat the power.
Another place I eat it.
Really, the call by the chairman of PAC is a call that I believe say a bind in us a binding with Juman Kabebwa. Who's a I say Juman and Papa dear, and young Mamma dear, and your master dear. And to me, I'll be a Biaramico. Will be into me who take. And for that matter, compare the civil service to the private sector. Private sector, no one was setting up a company. No, I found who board chairman. Maybe I will appoint Charles Uzu, chief managing director. Make catch there are some decisions you will take.
Yeah. But
Charles Uzu Manunko had the ministry and as a government department. He will take those reckless decisions. You see, the Ghanaian media, I blame all on our orientation as a people. We've gotten to a stage and the age as a country where we need to reorient ourselves. You do some purpose one. Because civil service is not there. Obia sorry I say mami juma and papa juma ntino. Me yen say na me bia na me come baby. That mentality, that mindset, and then a tree, a sign, Menocas. Obi, you, Jumane, Obini Abaye Juma. Civil servant, if Jan Kabusumi Bia without fail. Or sorry, I'll be 50, now about 7:38. What I would do, Jum 10:30. Or continue Juma, but Bashirema, if you're about Titina body, what wild Dinkomos, I'll be Dinkoma, Bobe 2 hours in lunch.
We feel like about 3:30.
Now about 3:30. No, but chance no afa pen. O mena pomfe kono e bakuma fe no kuna. Uza me kanka because uza ko ministries no. Uko ministries no one have. Those na afa na afa no trip na. Otra de say ai ena de mabreu. Mabreu uza no 4:30. No sorry no. You see that whole mindset to our work and commitment to this country is what we must reorient. In this instance, you know, I wouldn't blame any government. But clearly, you know, we as politicians, we have the greater chunk of responsibility, or if I may call it, the greater chunk of disappointment. You know. We have disappointed the people of this country more than politicians, you know, as the political heads of these institutions. If you me say, what do we call two? My example, what do we call two ABA? What do we call two? District NADMO office, semi-running NADMO office. I go and say today, it is, you see, the mentality, the ordinary Ghanaian mentality, and the mentality of a politician, things will be done haphazard. But at that same district level, let the person own a business and look at the zeal and commitment with which that person will do the job. Maybe I think that it is about time. Senator Charles Kai, yes, it's about leadership, but it is really not only about leadership. It is about the larger picture of the whole country. We are Ghana as a collective, as a country. We owe it upon ourselves to reorient ourselves. We must start to forget whose ox is God and deal with issues front on. And then the main person may have saying too much, but you see, the truth of the matter must be told. When him said, confidently, any ordinary citizen of this country believes that any civil servant believes that politician abo my Ghana krono or we are Ghana so long as na memo ne party work power and I say the party no ewa baimu, nothing can be done to him. And this sort of situation, you can't exonerate the MPP or exonerate the NDC. They are both guilty. The only regime I'll say the baby see criminality. We are 36 years now after overthrow. After overthrow. Yes, 30 years. Yeah, 30 years now. So, 40 years now since we overthrew.
Yeah.
Dr. Liman and I, not even a single soul was in prison for acts of corruption. But the point is, and then I'll just main political, but I'll be in a position on this way matter. This is a matter that has been determined by the Supreme Court to have been an act of lack of commitment to the country, to have been an act of corruption, thievery. To the sense that one Supreme Court judge described it as create, loot, and share. What is preventing a lower court from meting out justice when the Supreme Court, the highest court of the land, has given a ruling that seeks to impugn that conduct was criminal, and for that matter, the lower court should have picked the cue from it? 3.5 years, we are still prosecuting the matter. 3.5 years, we are still prosecuting the matter. And we need to feel one man. Within the setup of the civil service, do we have real proper checks and balances? I don't point me Asemyi. It is only in Ghana where bureaucracy has become a means of corruption. The more the bureaucratic nature of the process, the more corrupt the processes.
Yeah.
When you go out to the Western world, bureaucracy is supposed to be checks and balances so that the system won't be corrupt. Although that place they can be exonerated from corruption. Media, I think as a country, not my confused. You see newspaper and almost say national critical thinking. Then trouble
I know.
Some person who said, is that what the president was calling for? If that is what the president was calling for, we really need it as a country.
Okay. Abu Ramadan.
You see, inauguration of the national interest dialogue.
Mr. President, I have to just say very soon.
I'm saying, if this is it, the topic, the agency for multi-party governance, reforms before we shouldn't just center on multi-party governance. Let's look at our setup as a country. Why is it that the foreign NGOs know this can be brave? Why are they not interested in we as political leaders sitting down to look at how we can reform our civil service to improve productivity? My name is Ministers. Uka more we know. Scanner no there. Uka the thumbprint. We say yeah. Papa indu mamu obi mewa. I don't know. What do thumbprint to so? And I check time about office.
Yeah.
Ube console now. Next
time, by the end of the month, it will check say
how your ins and out. But if the ministries don't have it, that is serious. How do you check productivity? How do you make sure that people have reported? And I think that this single spine salary, if government can move away from single spine, not even move away to say they are abandoning it, but let's look at ways of paying people on hourly basis. As you sit, you are paid. As you sit, you are paid. In 2 office and upper, Ubetanasi Wakunyum, that's a year Juma, 4-5 hours. In a month, if you want decide to work 4 hours, and phobia, your entry will tell us that you were working for 4 hours or you were working for 5 hours a day. Calculated by the number of hours you work in a month, your salary is worked and you are paid. And let us see how people will take work serious and productivity will increase. Oko Ashanti Gofios. Before you enter any point, just to make sure of productivity, Oko Amu scanner. And about do a pass on the office.
Yeah.
Who swipe pass the pass says you entered at this time. When you are leaving your office to the next office, you still swipe it. It goes into one central server. In the end of the day, no, managers say to me, every movement even within the premises, office premises, to see whether to check whether even that day now by productivity, but now they buy. What you man office you are calling was it in line with your job? Was it in line with terminal fee office? Echo lunch, terminal buy. All of that is in, and you are paid based on that. Sometimes I think government should also consider looking at the private sector pay style. Well, let's adopt certain ones of it. I think it will help us. If not, sincerely, there is no serious punitive measure or a deterrent that will prevent this chief director from misappropriating funds, from causing financial loss to the state. Politicians now, there is no disincentive. By delaying him to be imprisoned. Or risk be a president for back in. But when he knows his leader will rebuke him and get him in prison,
he will not do.
It's a deterrent.
Abu Ramadan, a national youth organizer for the People's National Convention. PNC. 2 minutes now. When you know frame. You know terms again na before. Also, please ask the NDC panel member to explain why they have decided to pay only 3 months' salary arrears owing to new features, promotion and reinstatement from Poboski, Ashtown, Kumasi, and Poboski and the Bayern. Now, please, what's happening to the nurses' allowances? Martin.
So, wife crying.
Nana, I greet you and your panel. The 4th day is even too much. Please tell Charles I need his number. Say Fat Ewo Kumasi in Ashanti reading. You know what they are, but we say Kofi Emin from Esuowin in the Amansia West district. Was Nana? I totally agree with you. See, this threat should have come earlier than this. But it's better late than never. The government should increase the minimum wage, or else we would all embark on a sit-down strike. Charles, though I'm an MPP guy, but I love your debates. Papa, keep it up. God help us for 2016. Also, there was it's true TUC should force the government to increase salary of workers because the economy is very, very hard. I am in my numbers solidly behind the TUC. Mole German North District Sky and the free honeymoon and so I just tune in my TV set and I want to know what is going on. Asemyi Di Ka and one. Felix Yabua Eddie Frikofrodia was say unless TUC has been engaging in a dialogue with the government behind the scenes, then their recent 4-day ultimatum is uncalled for. Unguarded, unarguably the cost of living is going up. Government needs to rescind its decision of wage freeze. However, stakeholders must be invited around a discussion table and come out with a more sustainable direction on public sector salary. Alhaji Alidu Aruna, a communicator, the ruling National Democratic Congress. Alhaji, into the next 10 minutes.
Nana, Medasi, na mini Public Accounts Committee chairman, Adrian, Ewa Kwan, many front. First, say we a penny away Jumano. Na the Jumanu Asha Usa now supervise. It is our responsibility, say, we make sure say a Juma phone, Bay Juma, ewo lay down procedures here, yet two. Now say, Sabu, all supervision a very effective. A very din say, Juma ni be better me, I wear a bicycle. So say, Utina ho. Na ye di juma na shawunsa amma juma ni bi ewia abansika, then it stands to reason that you must be punished for negligence. One tima in juma ni na sabi sometimes it's important say we always focus our attention on the executive to be able to do some of this work. Yes, of course, executives executive arm of government what to me. Now, to me, it depends on also the supporting structures. Aban, it was our responsibility to say, will be a bonny. Over to me, Eddie Nipanu, over process, over investigating Nipanu. We investigating Nipanu 1 year, evidence, HRS Ampa. Nipa say, I bonny, a kutia, obi, and Ghana mine. We are with the information we be called court. Now, sometimes we ignore or we gloss over the activities in the court. Sometimes the processes in the court and the time we spend in court, it is a disincentive to even decide to take up a matter to court. And I'm saying this out of experience, but sometimes the frustration. Ukwa na Rebecca said Jesse Mantiman kind. Just in the case of William, was he now or Tia on Oyari Oyari Wantimancho. So I said because of that, Johnny case to 30th of this month. Now when you have such situations happening, and the emphasis always executives. The executives, President Mama, on your judge, on to me Kotina bench, President Mama, according to my Kwansu, on to me interfere in the process of justice dispensing of justice or coma. On to me, need the say, may the assembly accord. Now, issues are all now the attorney general bet me are defending or defending. It left with the judiciary to work on it and make sure that justice is dispensed. Now, say, bed do sad time, not justice, and bar. Then suborn na ye dibo abai. That's for time a hammy. 2, it is not for nothing. Your war structures. Your system. Now, Sabu say your war structures are expected to perform some basic work to also help the superstructure suronu. Now say lower structure no fail to work what is expected of it, certainly the superstructure is bound to fail because it's like a feeding process. Now say lower structure ne feed the next structure to feed till the time ebe do surun. Now ejuma fua omuwo aban juma. There is this mentality say ejuma we there after all enye media. Na enye media enye mi papa there do yenu keke. At the end of the day, your salaries is assured. Due 28, now me call bank now me sika niwa Asem. Now, mrakwansu say there should be a financial tribunal. Financial tribunal no say audit general nijuma. Ya the report no public accounts committee. Now public accounts committee nusu wumujuma. omatimi ehwehwemu in terms of all the query raised by the auditors no say ampa say obi edi Ghana sika. What it means is that the recommendation of the Public Accounts Committee no say ebe call attorney general be forwarded to the court to a financial tribunal no then team deal with it. But it's important sometimes me bisa media there are certain things that happy see work but sometimes when it's not involved a politician, the media is not interested in going to talk about it. Omunka. Now say your politician say hey be Alhaji Ali do na omuti say hey wabokro no na ye di new kokota we be say camera so no but say public servants be enfani ho exactly so all of these things
mo me ya adwen Alhaji uta hwe manopa me de memfu bia yobia
but how many times one man tell me say wa kokot no na won say go aban air prosecute public servants wa capture ediba edi tujwa me challenge you who are you bia catch me now it here fonti but politicians say abuga pele kokota uben camera so just 7 o'clock news no now wait abuga pele appear to court these are the problems but a lot of things are happening but because the media is not highlighting on it
when we said the questions just said on the just one group of companies Asunta Banan go for media
Debbie Teo what's a raising in respect of you see I didn't know prosecute RLG and not just you say it's important that in your mind you know what you say companies no more money. But in real sense, NIPA are more expertise in terms of assessing the value of the possibility of criminal conduct. Almost share issues, some of the issues. Almost say companies are more in your money. Because NIPA no sika say mami sika, but I can't say interest free.
What about those who
now the officials who actually granted the thing, grantee Emma Wenu, it's a loan. Manfa etu ba ofi mamba bo krono mitro say michelu wodi skano amano wodi maami no interest free ye betina say nhwehwomu no ye won say da bi emfa kwan paso but the company what has the company done wrong sikano na ye see for sikano bra. But if there are aspects where there is element of criminality, I am assuring you that government will not gloss over, government will take up the matter.
But the minister is still there.
You see, sometimes you see under our laws, you are innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
Now sometimes a hammy, particularly in America say a politician sir, you be pronounce nipa no guilty. So we a politician or Kuma be extremely careful not to have an issue out there in the public domain. They will pronounce you guilty before you wait you. They will prosecute you. That is the problem. Sometimes we are quick to prosecute people when the truth comes out. You call back now. You say, "Oh, they are here, and yet these are the fundamental problems." Yes, sir. We will not get committed people to serve the people of this country, and we rush in bastardizing individuals' image, and I know they are harming. Now it's important that we redesign the way we do our politics. I will not support anybody who misuses the public funds, and me can last be na obi. Misrepresentee, but I will repeat it again that any misuse of the public funds amount to mass murder. Yeah. Just as His Excellency the President can say, corruption is just like a mass murder. Now, Omanpeni can say, Onu, under his leadership, he will fight corruption in two fronts. One was see, the mra beba mra at least uye na etia mranu. You better take actions, at least it will serve as a deterrent to other people. Now, two, so. Now, some requirements, so we say, what kind of day away? Oba, you introduce what we call the conflict of interest code, the appointees of government. Oh, now, it's clear as to what you can do and what you cannot do. Ni abide as part of the pledge, Emma Ghana for. You can say the definition, there was limited definition of corruption will come. And so out of that, suban bi o ha uya in the
you.
definition of the international standard definition no na corruption but uba Ghana mrakwan so a definition no and capture so it amounts to nothing Rebecca say any corruption so all of these things are lapses loopholes are Aban identified
then we know it so we are giving the people
that's why I'm saying that Aban is taking steps to cover all those the loopholes are nipa taking why one of the ways Aban is a year now ebe solve issues of wage bill no the biometric registration you call biometric registration now many of the pensioners are timi capture omo the following month omo timi anya omo sika it became an issue you have politicians taking advantage of it attacking the government now sometimes anything you do in order to resolve fundamental challenge confronting the people of this country, you have politicians who know the best. Now, now, what it means is that the time you will spend in highlighting and educating people to get to know about the issues for their own benefit, because the politicians are sitting attacking, then you take that time to be explaining and trying to justify and trying to actually dispute the lies being peddled out. So by the time you realize, the good policies you intend implement, these are the things, and we keep doing these things, and Ghana as a country is suffering, and we are retrogressing as a country. Look, MPP bar, sir, NDC bar, sir, yes, sir.
President, document when a president as a public then.
Conflict of interest code.
Abu.
How do you determine conflict of interest?
Abu, you are not yet
but if you
Alaji Membu
to determine that.
Alaji Membu Mami
how do you then determine corruption?
Newsroom for Muntekire's app or say Kwahu Ridge Senior High School. Their light has been disconnected by the ECG. Whilst the final year students are writing their exams, please, we all need your help. Right, and whatever. Nana, I support the CUC on this matter. Ghanaian workers are really suffering. Ujumayefo Abre Aba. Also, dear, our day about yes. We say, Nana, good afternoon. President Mahama and his government has really made Ghana a hell. What do they take Ghanaian workers for? We workers are not kids. Really, I support the TUC, but we Ghanaian workers will show the NDC something small. Nana edifice also. And not what they are buying. And we ask another some more cars at work. 2 p.m. the incoming NDC Deputy Youth Organizer Mampong constituency. Also, Nana, I'm very sad about the accident of our deputy women organizers. May their soul rest in a perfect peace. But still, NDC will win come 2016 election. Greetings to Mr. Thomas Kobna Brahma aspiring.
I need to grab show me with surprise.
Mommy
oh, and then birthday.
Oh, okay. Naziru Alaji. So youth National Youth Employment Officer Nazi.
Hey, Mr.
Only baby Uja for Canonia portfolio. I know you're watching. Happy birthday, so my condolence to NDC, but greetings to Charles. He is my classmate at Dr. Sounder 1992. Dennis Akua. Nana, please give him my number. Okay, number one. Nana, please read this concerned town from the eastern region argued the Attorney General to provide an attorney to the House of Chiefs to facilitate litigation. Whereas I solidly support the call by the TUC to issue that threat. Central government to increase minimum wage. How can we live in a country when electricity, water, and fuel are put on automatic adjustment formula, but salaries of workers are fixed? Any free and you know and whatever. Imagine any text messages so now my break. just about 1 minute. Me ba Asemyi Di Ka beto also na ya share TUC for someone one more day abeto iga.
Asemyi Di Ka, Asemyi Di Ka, Nina Beka, Miara, hey, yo, Miara, Ejume, Nina Beka, Miara, hey, yo, Miara, Operate, Nina Beka, Miara, hey, yo, Miara, Asemyi Besini Foronya, Asemyi Miara.
Get it inside, down low. In the paint, now shoot. Score. We gotta work it together. Give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball. Fast break. Get the ball in control. Let it fly from downtown. 3 more. Show 'em we can do it better.
Ipana gumi mati, another gummy. And when you gumi to me, tilly tutti gumi mati. Oh, and get naughty like that. Minda gumi to me. And when you gummy, tilly gumi mati. Oh, yeah. Harum so chakara gumi mati.
Ewiase we bra ye bra nyina ye bra ma bibi enu nti na First National Savings Salon say wodachi hu hia yen enu nti wodachi account so ebebon ama kapra ne sempo ne aboabo no na dachi wani so anya wontententente wo hia sika kese bia Ghana sika no empeso adunu mu pe na akobie wo kra bia ope ye wo mapa wane mranti a wonom ebeba wo dwedi bia na baji sika akwato amawo wo hia wasa akwakoyi di amawo Bomodi yanku ya hwe bia ebran ewo Ghana hanom ana afa yen 0302 218855 First National Savings Salons on Mount Fosika Krabia.
Odofo wonyonko eda ene oda enunti ena yetunsa edi Africa na mame biara sekitwe biara ensa ne wobetumi akeka edi aboa eye akwada Emmanuel Kofi Boadi biara no inhira ebekọ edi ama papa Emmanuel Kofi Boadi yawo no eye bosome eye November ne da edi kan afie etwemu 2013 no ewo Kolebu Teaching Hospital yawo akwadai ewieye na ne hwene etokro ni nyina ene nano ate edi abom a chese eno no a doctor fo chiremu a cleft lip and palate eno ene yare a eha akwada we papa sika penifo ehia edi dwumei eye 2500 yetonsa edi afre Ghana fo nyina se kakra bia wo benya bia wutumi fra matrofo edi so yi na woni penifo atwetwe nkomo 020 876-8913 020-876-8913 Nyame enhira obi biara.
Planet Kids, a world for children.
letra, caballero, y dice así.
The beginners, the instructors, the intermediaries. Whichever group you belong to, it's salsa time. Come join us release stress through steps that goes with rhythms. It's Salsa Extra every Wednesday at the Coconut Grove Regency Hotel from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Salsa Extra. Come dance with me.
En los años 1600.
If they're going to get a goal, they're going to have to get it in the next 20 seconds. And Montari goes for goal! Rockfish! Oh! That has got to be one of the best! Donovan has it! From home, there is glory!
Asemyi Di Ka, Asemyi Di Ka, Nina Beko. Miara, hello, miara. Etume itia, Nina Bele. Miara, hello, miara. Obire itipo, Nina Bebo. Miara, hello, miara. Asemyi bezini kwa Asemyi miara.
Memo akwaba edeba Asemyi Di Ka dwumadie so ofa etwato na esanso to mienu na yede ebro no hye no so mabedwafo amene o mahia yedi nkomo Alhaji Halidu Haruna communication member edema the ruling National Democratic Congress also and Abu Ramadan the national youth organizer for the PNC Charles Usu and so ekasa a communicator edema the Progressive People's Party PPP. Na mamin ka messages by me no be messages na ba na do so papa. Wow. We say I just want to wish those that are injured speedy recovery. Mate, we say NDC government has nothing for Ghanaians, only to create, loot and share. Almighty will surely punish them. Bless Benedicta Edifree and Quanta. And one also Edebayen. We say I am happy about what is going on now in Ghana. God is working, getting ready of corrupt of politicians. Getting ready and get ready. Right? More is on the way coming, so they should repent. You can offer to me. I like you say also. TUC, I'm a government, a 4-day ultimatum. Say one more increase wage bill now.
First of all, no, Mami can say, work a beer, work a bokuma. I bind him say, Omobwa, in a contribution to help the development of our country. 2, there's no way say, a dear enya say a bind bay, na a bet me, ama work a beer, bet me, I share ni fear for any responsibility. Say within the reach of Aban Bay. Now Aban war power. Now with the mandate to run the country affairs within a period of 4 years. It is the wish of Aban say Yabetima ye Niama na edi asunjwe beba. Edi Ahunto Beba. Of what benefit would Aban Benya say aban a botrimodi a tia Ghana for of what benefit? Because it is the same people at the end of the day, no, ombeko akotu aba amaw. Na say uba na utina ho na ubo tremodi and certainly no, those people at the end of the day you go back to them. So it is not in the interest of government say government beka say yentum salaries yentum. I think that TUC recently Oma issue series of press statements in respect of your economy. I have raised issues regarding their languages are Oma use because in my humble opinion, me feel say economy of every country survive on trust. Now TUC enye amanyo ko 1 year amanyo ko no the interest no say or yeah I defend the interest of workers ejimaifo wokrom ha. That is the interest. Now say who defend the interest then you help the one managing the economy to be able to come out of whatever difficulty that's how difficult to know say to me ba yi is how difficult to know why now the profit and not the benefit I owe at least the workers of this country will get the benefit. Now my raising questions with the language I almost use me see sad language emboa the survival of our economy, particularly from the TUC. Say politicians to say Ramadan Abu and Charles omu kika about the economy no omu use all kinds of language metia say esan say the only way omu feel is say ometima baban say omu to me create a bad image for government and una be ma omu kwan. But TUC, what is the TUC's interest? The TUC's interest is to ensure say workers of this country survived and ensure to keep to be able to keep their family together. At the end of the day, now the month ends, we call bank, now buying to me 12. Now sika buying 8 we to me 12 can sika, we to me 12 in so sika, we to me 12 school fees. Now I be so to me aka, now we to me share eduani sika any day kawa. That is all what TUC's interest is all about. But I have a fundamental difficulty. Now when it comes to a point where TUC behave to say PNC and I behave to say PPP and to make it worse like MPP. We are now the government of the day. Now almost statement ankasa. The last statement almost say the economy of this country is deformed. Now mami bisa economy are deformed or in finance how economy so betimi anya sika I support to. Say what dream enye say what dream a u kitanu enye say u ye na ube boa na ube gu economy no. Na say ampa say indeed enye amanyo sam na u ye to say MPP ye and PPP ye and PNC ye. Your responsibility is that okay, we will sit and dialogue, engage government. You engage government, all the cards will be placed on the table. You look at the reasons assigned to it. Say if the reasons are not cogent, go back to your workers. Who consult them. Who consult them, then you come back and tell Abain that they be where they engine. But Abain consistently catch you say, yeah, how there were problems. Now, even to demonstrate the commitment for Abain to resolve the problems, Abain can say every appointee of government will have to commit 10% out of his salary for the construction of cheap compounds for the benefit of the rural communities. Then, you can say, then commitment na uye with the bois Ghana mine. Now, we a temporary measure. Abain can say, yes, sir. As for this time, we have difficulties. And don't forget, say, in the implementation of the salary structure, single spine. Metie Osaya Akutu, minority spokesperson on economy. Was see the implementation no. Na ya mistake our implementation because before the implementation now ya increasing salary across board. MI4. And if you look at this policy by itself, the policy is supposed to rationalize and at least resolve disparities in terms of salary structures and work with. Meaning, na me ye juma the same work in different but maybe TV ATV na me were a different TV na in terms of salary no uji change their me no na me ye host who ye host so salary single span salary structure and by year evaluation of the workload and then try to resolve the disparity in terms of the salary no just to make sure that equity is prevailing. And in doing so, what it means is that others will have their money increase, others will have their money just maintained at the level. Because we are moving people up to meet a certain structure based on the value of the worker or more. All these are fundamental challenges. Now, yesterday, TUC, energy my four. A bind and ball mu chimodi. It is only a situation, sir. AC. Now, yesterday, now these 4 days automate to more money. To be honest with you, Kofi Asamoah recent pronouncement, created some kind of impression, some of us because we are na increase light bill or chroma. We see unjintum because what was signing accept say implement automatic adjustment formula. Now, wouldn't perfect say implementing automatic adjustment formula every quarter now utilities any fuel bet me cost. And you know, as a matter of fact, because you are a board member of PRC.
Hello.
Now, why insist say we are we see how my now increase we. So it's so sometimes it's not always that you follow your leaders. Sometimes the leaders also, for their personal reasons, may be doing things contrary to the mandate of Omokita. Yes, no, I'm saying sometimes. That is why I choose my words carefully. I'm not saying I say sometimes. So it's important. It's not always that. Sometimes I will lead a new air bar until with certain things. Do your critical thinking and evaluation of it. Now to me,
Alhaji Ali Duaruna Ekasa at the ruling National Democratic Congress. We say hello, Nana. My name is Stephen Ejekum of Adankrono, LAGSS, GHS. Being a teacher and a Ghanaian, I am strongly in support of what the leadership of TUC have raised. How can the president and the NDC government decide not to increase the minimum wage of our salaries, but rather he has increased even every bit of item we, the local people, can purchase in the market. NDC have no shame to always talk about SSS. Abu Ramadan, the next 3 minutes.
Who's oh, me support to Alhaji. That means that because I do with disappointed. Because you see, because you have somebody, someone who's a DJ Drogba. You see, I've never taking the man serious. The General Secretary of the TUC. Sure. He's the most inconsistent leader in this country.
Inconsistent?
Very inconsistent.
Ujina, no ashituha, no pia bigwa, no kabum. Hey.
You know, you see, the TUC over the years has seen vibrant leadership, has seen solid leadership. To the extent that President Kufo Bresu, the TUC General Secretary, Murifindi.
Kwesi Edu Amankwa.
Thank you. Kwesi Edu Amankwa. Onu Zanu Papa. A senior founding member of the UP, of the MPP. And then MPP, New Patriotic Party. But regardless of that,
he opposed the NHS implementation.
Yes. The sort of pressure he brought to bear, regardless of where he stood politically. Papa Iba Wabedumjan. Bobo no what pity Bobo ne gufom, crazy ne gufom. No, it is a serious matter. Look, you remember last year, before maybe, the same way this man came out, ranted and raving and said they were going to boycott the May Day celebration. I know you're not going to AG salute. Say the near to graduate present. And what now say utility tariffs increase TUC, we are in consultation with our partners, allied groups. We are going to demonstrate. We are going to. After issue statement, so we think that is the way to go. You see, it is not just about condemning government. A responsible opposition is an opposition that keeps governments on its toes and makes sure that government delivers on its promise. It's as a buy the Uja buyer, or when you want to deliver upon the promise. So it needs a vibrant opposition force to put him or her on the toe so that they will deliver to the ordinary Ghanaian. That is the essence of politics. Trade Union Congress is a more when you go to Georgia. They cause a change in government. Because of an increment which was less than 5 pence in petrol price. Who free Georgia, also by Ukraine. Trade Union Congress stood that first. And look at what happened. The president ended up becoming a rat. He ran out. Russia for democracy, who president? Look, I can give you litany of examples. What is the case in Ghana? Sometimes let us take ourselves serious. Papa, we may say, until he does it, I've taken his word for a joke.
Until say 4-day ultimatum.
Until 1st May, Thursday, 1st May, the celebration is called off. Because TUC won't be part of that celebration. My father 77 kola grow.
Sana hono.
Obekacho.
Unyinindi.
That's a name. My Bible say, my Baba Trahaname two chairman. So he's a man of principle and a man of his word. He's been able to keep to his word.
But Kojinano could trap you there.
I know they say the man who said, I know they're tactics.
Abu Ramadan.
No, I know tactics. As I come to her, now I'm bomb back. Ubo need to make what about tea? How does she?
The way you see open
But is it between and none of another wing within the TUC, Baba Bonchaba condemned the worker.
No more shine is
that borrowed wing, that rented wing. Oh, Rafiango, Asemyi started 2 minutes.
I can say 2 minutes. O mathematics class on cap.
Allergic started, yeah, can say 4:25. 4:25. Oh, yeah, so 3 minutes. What can say 10 minutes?
Abu.
That is very unfair.
Yes, sir. You can't. No, you couldn't say I am too strong for that. There be unia ukrano
no but analysis
now they to meet you the next 1 minute trap.
You see, the big question I ask myself is minimum wage the necessary problem? Let's ask ourselves the big question. It is an irrelevant area for TUC to want to even tackle. The most important, and ask yourself how many institutions in this country are paying above the minimum wage? How many institutions are more above even the current minimum wage? How many? Do what I say? Because those institutions don't have the capacity to do such payments. There are a lot of workers who are receiving pay below 100 Ghana cedis, below 150 Ghana cedis.
80 cedis. Maybe quite 70 cedis.
And then American.
But they be buy 20,000.
Minimum wage is 5 cedis, 30 pesos or so. So even Bosomeswa, you are supposed to take a minimum of 150 Ghana cedis based on the minimum wage. If you might afford to do energy below that. The important thing for TUC to be worried about is increases. Petrol price increase, utility increases. That is what raises the cost of living. That is what raises the standard of living. That is what makes your minimum wage irrelevant. There are 2 petrol more. 5 cedi now did it. What do you call to defend the DBM? And that is the truth. That's how we better say you did. Now you have 2 petrol more kasa. You have 2 electricity more kasa. You have 2 gas more kasa. Oh sorry, I'll say now I buy the engine about 2 more and I made the market your own better. Unimsa buying, I say the economy is what? It's crippled. Unimsa economy is deformed. Since I buy no confesses can hair increase minimum wage.
So
the deformity, should have sent you a signal. Say nipa way, sabi your mom here mo fancha.
I deform wait to me.
Before apologies to those who are disabled.
Of course.
Say Obia sabi pede so ya pache odafo. Won't be sorry. Now I can't tell some sorry to what to me. I don't know you know so sorry no piano to from 7 how. Now when the exercise about be it's an exercise in futility. So the TUC should have been taking interest in increases and stopping government from increasing utilities. And then idea who tell about
me that say your time no.
And then oh they say about chat. Na mo about chat. About Jubilee House.
Abu Ramadan a national youth organizer for the People's National Convention PNC Amanyukono. Charles Owusu Ekasa at the Progressive People's Party. Just say Abu Ramadan.
Yeah, we are say cost of living. Na chain ekuta nipa mti cost of living na dey nipa na dey e dwane sa o
cost of living e bo I say mudu
say mo do chain nipa no nti bia ene ma do
o cha say bia ko e
see alaji ani minia abu me no mo ya adwen popo say me bo siefu anopa we no alaji de be ne ko aduma ko anopa yi another set kasa me nkuminya say me minya na me hunto me na other people nyina be wukura anya masem e be na TV for ye no Kofia Samuel Sion.
Wo ye de no ya pebi akra ma sana.
Oh yes.
Because some of ka nyina.
The me just say work so also the workers ni.
Abaye.
O dey say na e kama workers no. And this how they no we say workers ni na no na work kan ya. The omo ye say omo pe the omo ni omo busuafo bi dia mo matom. Na say the book kan right pepe. Ah ya tu akatuam ni ya tu fuam a. Nsa be say ni mfa so ne say. Yet kro we mu criminally. Ye fa 94 million euro e di tua CPK. Not easy for the growing. Look at the payment of Wyoming. All the dubious judgment debt, almost about $1 billion. Sika a congo for bottom. Even the deficit I know man will not easy for diplomacy. You see, oh man, home. You knew man who what is the doctor for cost strike? Yan Kase, service road that's whom someone binds with your KB. Now so you be sika nko na contract na say na ma free promo content ye de na de gu from compensate aban be kire kwan be sika na de FI because taxpayers money won to say teacher for the na de gu from because of classroom bi e wo ba bia omu ti nua se na e kire mofra na de na omu ye bibia ma aban na hu say no the ekosi the whole teachers in the country say your aban nkosi sa classroom ye amayen ye de na de gu from there bi oh ye ka kire ntumu a premium and allowances now timi timi call could do research allowance they book allowance you timi the cost strike na teacher for na school for every I mean me dream one me timi just but what kind of a country is this abu meki critical example Ukraine only Ukraine no oh the trade union no ekronum because the trade union no kro we mu kasa aban ye be ma one kasa just say wanya ba ho say nema wo ye ekonim enya de papa. They have the power to do it. Now who the support also much cotton na pro ne busro near the Bakwansawa and because I buy no I can't 4 days to Mayday and so what I'm daring them they should do their worst say I buy in tria and no months and no months say and come and kasam for premium muntia they will boycott it and on boycott evidence on boycott nana on boycott media and they say ah some boycott Mayday match and they never grow if TUC boycott they never see nothing will happen. I say sympathy from the people. Others say oh you catch you too and you say is that the time to say these things? I don't support them today and tomorrow, and I will never support them because the Myanmar idea say yes.
No, this point today is moot.
You see, idea say we dream home. Na ye na ye kabum asoman. Ebisa questions wo kro we mu. Entimi nya ho adwuma sa o. Idea bi kro do a. E say e fa na say e bukan wo de ye wa ade nche. That other side of TUC no so no. Edom statement beba. And who which is which? Say ye come merchant bank demonstration wa Accra. Now ye call TUC for say ye pese omo address demonstrators no. They didn't come. They didn't even show up.
What are mama one
but I say I have no say Charles enye the decider. Into who per time catch them. Mema. Now coach us what I can decide say mema.
I'll lead you to me.
There will be a no. Come to me after or 050 Thank you.
This sort of dictatorial behavior you must stop.
Merchant manga and President Kufo.
Commander for what?
Edianimwa. You see, you unveil the new merchant manga. What the Edianimwa you call that modino. You see, what you call demonstration. We were going in favor of workers. Because worker biano, you once a worker.
Always a worker.
Always a worker, and then you become a pensioner. So one won't go on the other pensioner. So at the end of the year, you come off come workers. But prior to be to use, you know, in your boom non come. Your man for the enemy said, go and talk to the general secretary. Some bet my banner can be a man by who said the year comes one way day. And I'm not
Afak. You're going to demonstration. We go to use for say you're too petrol. I would tell them back. Mumra number almost what do you say? And I want there's all your demonstration as a to use with the winner.
No, my dear, my jack over that. We're not to the window.
You drew her. Now you see, Munkaza.
Petrol increase by no. Petrol increase by church. You could demonstration. We could do children's park. Many people 10 or. Yeah, demonstration.
But over to us. So now make us circle. Bright and I was circle bright. Circle for every year. Now meet you bright.
I mean, it's a boy, we are such a many of them about intelligent contribution. The key is 1 year, and yet I almost I could see a minimum, I wanted to take to near Mamina, no man can watch it. I see no one wants them on better home. Maybe a minimum from Ghana for
Bright, yes, you are that's Yana what you Johnson, I see in Katia General Hospital.
So,
only chrome.
Tease you for honor. Mentis Obi feed on ye, and all the car, Sika. Who down Ubika, who is in the bell. Why would you want to for black, red, why would you Uber to Macadana come? I wonder some other coming at economy. I say, abandoning this could be waiting the Abamoni, and your ban won't go here. And I didn't see Uncle Fan family to use it for. Medium Giddy say, or mine and can't call Nini Indian so. That person mean coming yana walk through when we say, I do yam wrestle, baby, I do not bind me here more. May say, we are daring them. Hey, Omanco made the match, be being with Bissio Mimo. Aban and can't put on. Now when you do which my at the more mine. Look at this.
Joseph War the Volta regional capital who na Menkoti. Joseph, you.
Hello.
Yeah, Joseph, meet you.
Yeah, thank you. Me so me pesa me fama no tumu nkoma amudiem
kaka. For anutum.
Okay. You say okay the TUC kano. You say dia the omo pesa omo ka bibia workers no ni beji. But nyama bi e koso me nua se asa wo share salary pay yini so a. Utumu say that is na government edge you know. District assembly so edge tax bi every the same salary mo. So na the dia akosro wo kroma. And just say government you know so anhwe my say nyama the omo ye no omo ye di ama ye nyina ye ni beji. And so no situation is too much for us. Bon bills no any auto unit in Ochanasa. Auto electricity unit in NASA. Water bill is coming the same way from the same salary. Gas, who got gas within 2 minutes. Now, what you here? When see a map pressure that, yeah, workers say, you were a salary and you can see piano. Yeah, bread. That is the situation we are going through.
Mati Joseph, may I say, any contribution would they free the Volta regional capital who, to be precise, and the Abu Mitio now,
who's a mini afraid of free voter? Na, Emmy the Passe of Nam Pese. Me could to and you see the man has just called them is raising genuine concerns about standard of living. Ushe and the Deputy General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress NDC Ura Kofi Adams. Unless if it is not true, Kofi Adams from his office they should issue a statement quickly and a disclaimer. Say ultimately be one no say I before there. A kwam de say dem kura na say gari kura no oni gari kura obi di kura. And this you to Obama.
No, but we like go fi kasa.
Oh za. One kasa.
Mami bisa.
Intina mu one.
Sometimes website follow.
I know website.
To me, sweet.
Oh, this was direct quote.
Website.
They have quoted. I want to give you the direct quote.
Okay, direct quote. CDFM quoted Ayerga, and it was wrong.
Search direct quote to be bad. Men call Ralph or Ralph. Ewo and crying. Ralph, meet you.
Only baby.
David.
It is true, say situations. The cool. But me can create any match. Say, see, the car ni pia. Maybe who say democracy is not helping our country at all. It is better we go back and look for a strong military man.
Ralph. No.
Maybe he will be speaking in a certain context.
No. Okay, Ralph, meet you. Hello, Ralph. Yeah, to be military with what in whatever contest or person can say all starting on say is not helping it.
The military can contest democracy.
Oh, Alaji.
The military can go contest. No, but so you are allowed. You see, sometimes when the person starts, and you cut him in the middle, you won't let him learn. Then if it is about good, then you tell him that no.
Baby, I'm sorry, military party. Military party,
and sometimes and you need to person.
Mami ko Kumasi, mi ko for Isaac.
Democracy no ama.
Isaac Kumasi na wo Isaac meet you.
You be to amano atia.
Okay, good. Program na mo yen. Mo for my. Na uni matemba ko.
David.
Please will how they pray. Na see I say please can once. Second tier of Senate. 54 months. Government about NDC, your mama, anti-sense Kaloma, 2016, who complains only whether Unya was a offensive car. You see the honor, and what your mama NDC about one way from say. Oh, come on, it is in ordinary gas. And she said, a cheap mother, ordinary Ghanaian, and NDC was it is home got cylinders. No one got a charm,
but there's no money.
Let's say easy for easy. I get easy on my It's a new one. That is Abu Ramadan.
You want to collapse the government?
About the cat and Yani Kai. My friend, I got not cut no coming to
Castle.
Who could you cry back in us? Oga connect na anopa net of what we in Mena in river for you. Into kwa dim play hand Ghana dey play. They do channel increment na ba na.
Mate Isaac yeah bread into men fa call view na. I wrap up.
Also Votarians will vote for NDC in 2016 even if they can't afford 3 square meal a day, have access to good healthcare and cannot educate their children.
So why are you promoting this statement?
You see, I'm surprised, and I want him to come out and clear the air quick. Because if you say this Amanyoko, let us tell ourselves the truth. And then say can say so meaning TUC is wrong. What we are saying is the deformed economy is as a result of the recklessness of this incumbent government.
Yeah.
Because Abaya edit to me as a appointees no be home sorry asunje park no mote. Omuni dead president communicate. Can you imagine? Go Magana Neka Wasamu, Aladi. Who are now about to make a chance from your parks only in Dinko? Eh?
Not the Ramadan or friend.
So who can the disciples know? And the names of your started communication with you as well.
So we are disciples of the NDC.
Not
Omampeni Bia Bebana Obelidi NDC. I am committed to that Omampeni. Is the NDC as a machine? Yes, supporting it. It's not a matter of no of you. Me, you see,
your people they run.
Let me tell you one thing. As I speak, as I sit here, I cannot, and nobody will tell me that this is a godfather for this boy. me wo keke. Now I feel say as a young man, no, me interested to say me yeah their effort because I always keep in mind say me who one day, me who are then dinner me diko. Yeah. So sometimes I won't soil my this thing. Look, me no problem with even somebody. Sometimes it hurts me. I work so hard to ensure say me resolve that issue. So don't talk about that. Anybody who leads the NDC, I am a loyal supporter of that person, regardless of whoever is this.
But aside that, you have a good
support to NDC.
Behind this,
Saturday, 3rd May, anniversary lunch, Basso, Takwa.
Now, so I had the money. I'm moving to my board.
There's a show.
It's true. As a corporate organization,
before the end.
And them say,
you couple
now we must flood better there.
No, flood better there. So,
just
and yes, now
the Ramadan, any allergy.
Oh, go fast.
PPP for method.
Abu Ramadan. Abu Ramadan.
That means that Niyama Eyasa Muye, Namwe to Yaskano, Muntia.
It's owned by somebody.
Is
that the only video I have by example?
On the 3rd of May, Saturday, I have Takwa. Progressive People's Party. Second anniversary. Dr. Papa Kwesindum, I'm hoping by Thursday. Speaker on that platform. Or then someone who do it.
At the same time, entities say will be as TUC because of doctors as doctors the ends are there. Or man so better than collectively no or man be
Charles Owusu collectively Yedwema o man no Ghana ebe ye na Charles Owusu ekasa e the Progressive People's Party PPP Sanso and Abu Ramadan the National Youth Organizer in fact and they were trying to be heckle but once I made them know heckle me heckle you know my background and you know my man. But
you see,
Abu Ramadan, National Youth Organizer for the National Convention. Samso Alhaji Alidu Aruna, and so Ekasa Edma, the ruling National Democratic Congress. In fact, on that note, I will pay for that LPM. I didn't have just for
Asemyi, Yara.